Hello and welcome to your April 2022 real estate market update. My name is Heather Clifford and I will be covering the areas of the Comox Valley and Campbell River on what is a stunning day here in the Comox Valley. I have put together a presentation and I'm going to share my screen with you right now. Okay, I am ready. It is April 2022, and this is your real estate update. This morning at 7 a.m. when I came down the stairs, I was looking out the window, and look what I saw, a beautiful cruise ship. And this is Holland America Cruise Line that was going by, and it has been several years since we have had any of these beautiful big ships in our Salish Sea. I am going to start my presentation. There we go. I like to look at the overall market here on Vancouver Island. Now, this does exclude the Greater Victoria area, but overall, we're looking at single-family detached homes inching their way up. The benchmark price today for a property is $851,700 in our areas. The condo market is at about $431,100 right now. The other thing that I like to look at is we look at how many active listings there are and how many sales. So we're pretty close at everything that's coming on the market is selling. Now it is selling a lot faster. That is the new thing that we're seeing. Normally, a few months ago, it was taking at least 30 days for a property to come on the market and then sell, whereas this cut basically in half down to 15 days. So that tells me it is still a really quick market. The other area of our market that has started to see a lot of increase in dollar value is the townhouse market. And right now, the average the benchmark price for a townhome is $642,200. And I'm going to show us some graphs where we can look back a few months or even 5 years to see where we are at today. So by the way, the benchmark price is a term used by the Home Price Index, and it refers to the cost of a typical home in a reported area. So such as the reporting area that I'm talking about today is going to be Campbell River and the Comox Valley. So think of it like the consumer price index for houses instead of for groceries. This is an overall look at each of our individual markets. So Campbell River is now at a benchmark price of $722,400. And you can see the Comox Valley, $838,600. And I'm not sure if you've been following me month over month, but you can see that these prices, this dollar value is going up and it continues to go up. The Parksville Qualicum Beach area is still the number one area for the highest price in real estate at $989,800. Port Alberni has gone up quite a bit. I personally know some friends that have moved to Port Alberni and another young couple that has bought investment properties there. And so that is fueling that market. Nanaimo is sitting at about $887,700 for a benchmark price of single family homes. So the upward trend is continuing. The British Columbia Real Estate Association says that with the housing markets so out of balance, it is going to take a substantial decline in demand to return active listings to a healthy state. A perfect storm of factors is record low supply of inventory, historically low mortgage rates, and the lifestyle changes that have come from the COVID-19 pandemic. This has all resulted in dramatic price increases and highly competitive real estate transactions. This storm of factors is motivating some buyers to make unconditional offers, and I'm seeing a lot of that. And that is potentially dangerous situation when it comes to the most expensive investment of your life, because you don't know what is going on with that property you are buying in the roof, in the attic, in the crawl space, in the electrical components. So the government is looking at introducing a cooling off period. And we're going to hear more about that in the coming months. And we're going to talk about a couple of other areas that might also factor into cooling off our real estate market, such as interest rates. So we are expecting another, they're calling it an overnight target rate by 50 basis points on Wednesday. So that is the 13th of April for those of you watching this video after this week is over. So all of the Canada's big six banks expect that the Bank of Canada is going to hike the rates. So the Bank of Canada moves to hike interest rates will make the prospect of home ownership more expensive for some house hunters. But the experts are saying that it won't be enough to fully cool our Canadian housing market. So the more you have to pay for the money you're borrowing, so a higher interest rate means that you cannot afford as much. So the higher the interest rates go, the less the house value is that you can afford to purchase. So last year in June, almost a year ago, 2021, you had to qualify 2% higher for your mortgage. And so as interest rates increase, we're going to be able to afford less when it comes to the price of a property today. And different month, but the same issues occur. We've got a lot of estate sales, probate sales. That's because people have passed on, and usually probate can take anywhere from, let's say, 3 months to 8 months. And in a rising market, I would hold off on putting that property on the market. But if the market is starting to show signs of cooling down, then I would maybe suggest getting that property on the market a little sooner. There's lots of factors that you really have to consider when it comes to people that are downsizing, moving out of their homes, wills, all kinds of things of that nature. In fact, in the last 3 months, I have dealt with several properties that were in probate, but my buyers were lucky enough to get an accepted offer. And we had to wait from November until just this month, April, before probate was done. But that was in a rising market. So my buyers have done very well. We had another situation where probate was done several years ago, but the property did not get put on the market until just now. So that in that case, that was another situation where the property has done well because of where the marketplace was. We have a lot of first-time buyers. In fact, I lost a couple of first-time buyers because they bought in Port Alberni, and I don't service that area, but that's where they could afford. And so I'm really happy for them. So we have a lot of first-time buyers coming into the market, and that also is fueling the townhouse market. I just listed a townhouse quite a bit above the last sale, and we still went into multiple offers and it sold over the asking price. So first-time buyers are fueling our market. The people that are moving down the socio ladder are not buying into our market. Sometimes they're going into assisted living. However, we have people from outside of our local area that are buying into this market as well. So it is creating quite a bit of demand in our marketplace. And we still seem to be so popular that, I mean, I'm not seeing as many multiple offers where there's like 10 or 15 offers coming in, but definitely we're still seeing 2 or 3 offers on a property, and the property selling very close to or a little bit over. However, having said that, I just sold a property that sold $310,000 over the asking price. So, you know, sometimes you think everything is coming into order and things are starting to cool down. And then the next week, you're just scratching your head saying, wow, is this ever going to slow down? If we look at our numbers, you can see that our listings are coming on a lot faster than they were several months ago. And that's because it's a spring market. Also because people are worried that maybe they need to get the money out of their property that has accumulated in this heated market. There's lots of reasons that people choose to sell right now. I have a few people that are choosing to leave the province, a couple of people leaving the country. So there's a lot going on within our own local market as well. But when we have new listings coming on that are outweighing the pending sales, that tells us we're in a little bit of a better situation. Of course, the more homes that come on the market, that actually is a true fact right there. Price reductions. So we've seen quite a few price decreases. And that's because for a while there, I was looking at properties that were coming on the market and I was like, what are they thinking? Like, where did this price come from? And in a lot of cases, we take listings, even if it's not the price that we agree that the property is worth. But in a rising market, some of these properties do eventually sell. And as you can see here with the price decreases, sellers are saying, okay, that price didn't work. Let's get more serious about it because they do want to move on. So more homes are coming on the market. Properties are still selling at about the same pace. And when it comes to sold, so more properties are selling. So do you think that the higher interest rates will slow the market? I think that it will have an effect on not necessarily the market, but on what people can afford only. I think it will still be heated. If there's people that want to live here, they might not be able to afford the house that was $1 million, but they can afford the house at $800,000, and that's going to create more demand on lower priced housing. When we look at the single family benchmark overall on Vancouver Island, it's sitting at about 851,000. And that's pretty close to what the Comox Valley is at 838,600. So in Campbell River, the benchmark price of a single family home hit 722,400, and that is up 28% over the previous year. However, the Comox Valley is exactly 28% as well at 838,600. And sometimes I like to look back 5 years ago. Well, in Campbell River, 5 years ago, a benchmark price for a home was 335,700. That is a huge increase. And the same thing if we look at the Comox Valley, it was 431,700. So we've come up quite a bit in 5 years. And if we look back just a year ago, we're looking at almost a $200,000 increase in real estate values in both Campbell River and the Comox Valley. If we look at the condo market, we are sitting in Comox Valley at about 433,200 and in Campbell River at about 363,300. Now, once again, the Comox Valley is staying very much neutral with what the Vancouver Island condo market is doing. If we jump over to the townhouse market, now this is the market that is just really getting fueled right now. But I also want to say that in the townhouse market, there's been a lot of new construction and some really high-end townhouses that all are selling well over $650,000. And I think that that kind of skews the value of townhomes a little bit. But it is the next step for a lot of people that, you know, if you have a $600,000 townhouse and you put your minimum amount down, you're looking at about $35,000. Well, your monthly payments are going to be about $3,000 today. So you need an income of about $115,000 to substantiate that mortgage. And that's quite a bit of an income. So if you're on your own, that could be a little hard. It's a little easier if it's a dual income family. But these are just some things to think about with where the price of real estate has gone. So the benchmark price for a townhouse in the Comox Valley is now at $644,000. Campbell River, $537,000. And you can see month over month, it's just edging its way up. And as long as it continues to go north, we are not going to have a balanced market for any of our purchasers right now. My wish list right now, I'm still looking for a really large rancher with 2 master bedrooms on the main floor. I could actually have an upstairs bedrooms and bathrooms, but I need the 2 masters on the main. And we're looking anywhere from $1.5 million to $2 million. I'm looking for a small farm with a second home on it. My buyers are from the Pemberton area and they would like to move over here to the island. I have a couple that have 3 children that live here right now in the Comox Valley, and they're looking for a 4-bedroom home under $1 million. And we have looked at a few of them. These properties do sell relatively fast. And an ocean view home with 2 accommodations, preferably in a rancher style. It is a couple that's moving here from the mainland, and their dad's going to move in with them, and he lives here in the Comox Valley right now. And so that is the best kind of living situation as they bring their family together. At the present time, I have a lovely lot. It's getting lots of activity right now. It's lot 24 on Coleman Road in the beautiful Merville area. That's pretty close to the Seal Bay Park at Bates Beach, Kitty Coleman Beach. It's a quick little walk down to the water. It's 0.67 of an acre. We're asking $549,900. It's very easy to view. You can just drive on by and have a look at it. Yeah, it's got the CR1 zoning, so it's got nice zoning. You will have to put your septic in and drill for your well, but all those properties in that area are the same. I also have 18.8 acres on the market. This is under the power lines, just off a Lake Trail Road on Camco Road. Asking $699,900. There are so many things you can do with this piece of property, from having animals on it to having a kennel, having 2 homes on the property. So lots of different things that you can do. It does have electricity and municipal water as well. You can drill a well, and you can put your own septic in. Off of Lake Trail Road, I have 10 acres. This is a beautiful piece of property. It would make an amazing estate property because there's about 6 acres that's really nice. It's already been perked for 2 homes on this property. You would have a beautiful long driveway in. It borders the old logging road. Now, for many of you that live here, you know that that's now a beautiful walking trail. The road is completely closed off. There's no vehicles any longer on that road. It does have a tiny tip of that at the very front of the property that has a power line access on it, but there are no power lines on that piece of property. And the asking price is $999,900. It does have the CR1 zoning. Many things you can do on that property as well. You will have to put your own septic in, but it does have electricity and municipal water. And a beautiful lot, beautiful treed lot on Savory Island. $180,000 is the asking price on that property. And I am working with this with another realtor from over in the Powell River area, Nancy Hamilton. So if you have any questions on any of these properties, don't hesitate to give me a call. I want to give my shout out today to the Black Creek Community Center. I love it there. I love the people there. I go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do the workout classes in the morning with Marianne. They're from 9 till 10 a.m. And these wonderful ladies in the picture are all people that I've met at the exercise classes. And Libby has now started bringing me eggs, and we went for a mountain bike ride last Friday. It was great to be out. It was my first time in over a year to be back out on the bike, and I guess it hasn't been a year, it's been since October, but it was really nice. Lots of mud puddles, and we had a great time, and I want to thank Karen, my fearless leader, for taking us out. So this is your market update for the month of April. Things are still really powerful out there in the real estate market. I really think it's important that you have a strategy in mind if you're thinking of buying or if you're thinking of selling. And definitely, I'm handling the selling in two ways. I really need to see your property before I tell you whether we will hold off on offers or whether we should just have first come, first serve when it comes to offers. And so far, both methods have proved to be really good for my sellers, and the properties have been selling over the asking price, and that people are able to move along with their lives, with their plans. Because let's face it, selling can be a little bit strenuous, stressful, and you have to have a plan, because when you have a plan and you have a little bit of confidence behind your move, then it's going to make things a little bit easier. And we create a little bit of a plan to help you out and tell you the things that you need to think about doing before putting that home on the market. Or if you are a buyer, how can we be prepared? Because it is competitive out there, and we want you to always succeed with your goals. My name is Heather. I'm fully available if you would like to talk real estate. You do not need to sell your house just to chat with me. Have a wonderful day and a great week.